You know what I really liked about the first Red movie? It was entertaining, it was original, it was fun, it was unique, and it was just an all around enjoyable experience. So how does the sequel stack up? Well, Red 2. Now, the first Red movie was about former CIA operatives coming out of retirement to be part of one last mission. And as I said, it was funny and it was charming. Red 2 is basically building itself on the premise that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Red 2 brings back Bruce Willis, John Malkovich, Helen Mirren, Mary Louise Parker. But now, it's adding the likes of Catherine Zeta-Jones, Anthony Hopkins, and Storm Shadow. I don't remember his name. So in Red 2, we find Bruce Willis's character, Frank Moses, and his girlfriend are trying to live a normal, quiet life. They're doing normal things, they're shopping at Costco, because that's, if you want to show a normal life, that's what you got to show, right? Shopping at Costco. Well, then he runs into John Malkovich's character, who tells him that he needs his help. And it turns out that the government learned of this operation called Nightshade that apparently Bruce Willis and John Malkovich were a part of, so now they've become public enemies number 1. And 2, I guess it would be, because there's 2 of them. So it is in their job to clear their name and find out what the heck's going on. They enlisted the help of Catherine Zeta-Jones, who plays a Russian spy, and Anthony Hopkins, who plays a crazy scientist who's been locked up in prison for 30 years. It's basically the plot. There you have it. Now, it's understandable that Red got a sequel because Red was a pretty good movie. And Red 2 certainly follows the same type of premise that the first Red movie does. I'm fine with that. Because this movie is a lot of fun. You have Bruce Willis and John Malkovich and Helen Mirren shooting guns, being spies, beating up people, doing cool stuff. Plus, you throw in the weird quirkiness of Mary Louise Parker, the awesomeness that is Anthony Hopkins, the martial arts craziness of Storm Shadow. Hoo-yah! Throw that all together in the mix, and you got yourself a pretty dang entertaining movie. Now, is it rewriting action movies? No. It's fairly by the book, actually. But I would say overall, the movie, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you have really awesome actors being really awesome spies, doing awesome things awesomely. Alright, let's go to the grade scale. Yay! Grading it on 4 things, as always. Acting, characters, story, and effects. Acting, I'm definitely gonna put this at a B+, for sure. Because you have some of the greatest actors living right now in this movie. So how could you not give it a B+? Characters? The characters, I'm going to give a C. And I'll tell you why. If you saw the first Red movie, these characters have already been established in the first one. That's where their story was. That's where you find out who these people are. In the second one, they don't really go back and re-explain who these people are. Because a lot of times sequels, you know, when they bring back the same characters, they're not always the same. There's something different about them. You know, or they try to recast a character and they don't mention it. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But this one, it's all the same people, and they play their parts well. The characters are exactly the same people as they were in the first one. Story, I'm also going to give a C. Because if you've seen a lot of action movies, or action slash spy movies, spike-shin movies, you know basically what's going to happen. You see where the plot's going, and there's not really any surprises to be had here. Effects, I'm going to give a B. Because there's not really any special effects in this movie. There's one or two, but most of the time it's practical. It's people shooting guns. You don't really need any special effects for that. There's this part where Storm Shadow's got this huge Gatling gun he has in the back of a van, and he just... And it's like 5 minutes of that. Just decimating this city block. It's really cool. So I'm saying, if you want to go and see a good, fun action movie that has comedy, got a little bit of drama, a little bit of spy action, spike-shin movies, a little bit of a shoot-'em-up type of movie, definitely go check out Red 2. It's definitely worth your time.